Hello, everybody. It's the captain. I'm here today because I want to make sure that I talk to you very quickly about something that's really important, and that is what we are doing. I want to make sure that everybody is really clear about our mission and what we want to do and how we want to do it. So I just want to take a moment of your time to make sure that everybody understands that I am here as a part of a collective group to raise money for DAV, for Disabled American Veterans. Um, I had a lot of people asked about why we started this project and how we started this project and why it became such a keynote. And I actually have an interview scheduled with a dear friend of mine who started me on this mission and really kind of made me aware of uh, what his perspective as a veteran was. And it was a lot different than my perspective as a civilian. I used to say thank you. I used to, tell the veterans how much I appreciated their service and how much I appreciated uh, that, they allowed us to have so many wonderful opportunities. And um, through a course of a lot of events and a lot of conversation, he and I talked a lot about his time in his service, his time as a civilian contractor, and what it was like after he became injured. And his greatest desire was to be able to come home and provide for his family and himself and feel like he had a purpose because after his service to the military, he didn't know what direction to go. So I said, wow. I said, well, I really appreciate everything you've done. He said, stop. He said, with all due respect, he said, I appreciate the kindness behind that gesture. He said, but you will never understand what it's like to be where I've been. And I thought long and I thought hard about it, and I very much realized that I never will. I never had the opportunity to serve. I'm never going to understand what it's like to be in a life and death situation for years on end and to have seen and done the things that he has seen and done. So I asked him a very simple question, and that was, how do I help? How do I show my appreciation for everything that you are allowing me to do and to have? And he said, honestly, he said, the best thing that you can do is empower the people that do understand. He said, and by empowering them, he said, I will have people and resources that I can go to in order to help get what I need the way I need it. I said, wow. I said, that's really powerful. And I said, you know what? I can do that. That's something that I can work on. And I set out on this mission to help raise money for DAV, for Disabled American Veterans. And why them? Well, when we did our research, and it's been a little bit of time since we started our project, but more than 95% of what they raise go directly to veteran services. And it goes to the physical, the emotional, needs of the veterans, and that's very, very significant. And it's mostly nonprofit, mostly volunteer. I'm sorry, it's all nonprofit, but it is a mostly volunteer organization. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to help anybody, that's the kind of organization that I want to support. And that's one of the reasons that we started with them before we branched off into a lot of the other charitable organizations uh, that deal with veteran services. And when you deal with the VA and some other issues, it's very, very tricky because they're extremely grateful when you raise money for them, but you have to do it in very specific ways because of government funding and laws that pertain to how they get the money and making sure that we are independent and not saying that, you know, we're they would just want to make sure that we're not doing anything inappropriate. And I understand it, but again, it's one of the reasons why DAV has just been such a godsend and so very easy to work with. So again, that's a lot of where this has come from and why. It's one of the reasons why when I was blessed with this opportunity, my goal was to make it so that if you didn't have money to donate, you could donate with your time. Time is the one commodity that we have in life that we cannot ever get back. So if you are willing to share your time with me, if you are willing to let me earn your time with this content, God, you have no idea how precious that is and how much I appreciate it. So when you like, when you comment, when you subscribe, when you share these videos, you have no idea how much that means to me. Not that the money's not important. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is. Everything's important. And we're still, believe it or not, about a 50-50 split on the amount of money that we've made through monetization as well as directly through donations. And for those of you that, you know, don't know, I want nothing out of this channel. In terms of the monetization, I'm donating everything after tax directly to DAV. So I'm blessed. I'm able to provide a roof over my head. I'm able to take care of my kids. So everything else I want to go directly to veteran services. I love and support, our veterans, and I am so eternally grateful for the freedoms that we have. And again, as a nurse, I've seen the struggles. I've seen, and let me tell you, the struggles aren't just the veterans. It's their children, who go, you know, months and weeks and years without seeing them. And then when they come home, having to deal with the injuries and the mental and the psychological damage that occurs and the dreams that are going on forever. We forget. I mean, we think about the physical injuries that the veterans have when they come home, but we forget about the wounds of the mind that don't go away. And those are the wounds that are sometimes the deepest and the longest lasting, and those are the hardest to deal with. And it's the wives that are dealing with the night terror, the children that are dealing with the night terrors, the veterans that I've literally watched cringe in public because a sound goes off and takes them back to a place that nobody would ever want to have to be. Um, and that can't be fixed, quickly or easily. It took years to get, these veterans to, a place where they could serve, and it's going to take that much longer to have them in a place where they can try to feel safe at home. So again, I'm going to wrap all of this up. I appreciate all of you. I thank all of you. We're raising money through direct donations. You can see up on the screen, I've actually added a header. If you'd like to go to DAV, if you need more information about who they are, what they do, please go to DAV, go to ihelpveterans.org. If you've got any questions, you can see right here. I've got my YouTube, right there. You can find me a captain. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share these videos because we are making progress. We are making a huge difference, and each and every person that's a part of this community has actually made a significant change. And for that, again, I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Be safe. Please, at the end of the day, make sure you are taking care of yourself, but more important, take care of each other.